get this digitally from here on out, but I liked it enough. It's a good
I liked it a
purchase.
lot. Yeah.
I read quick. I just didn't like the She-Hulk part. It was kind of pointless for what else happened in the issue. But
Yeah, it's just like her introduction, like She-Hulk's here.
yeah. But
More on that later.
Yeah. All right. Welcome everybody. This is the Marvel Minute. I am Brandon, as always, joined by Trevitt. Trevitt, how we doing?
Not bad. And yourself?
I'm doing a little worried. I got this internet thing, like my internet's not connected on the computer, which can't be true because I'm talking to you on Skype. So I don't know this computer lately. My girlfriend was on it, so I think that's kind of why it's acting crazy. She did something.
She did something, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully she didn't call India again and give them access to our IP address. So that's happened. But anyway,
that'd not be good.
We're here to talk Avengers #1, Legacy number 691. So yeah, they got both numbers on there. This is the reboot here, kind of now connecting things back to the Legacy issue way back in September. So if you didn't read that, that's where a lot of the things they're alluding to in this issue were started. So there's only really one issue to catch up on. Go back and download that, on Comixology or get it at your store, and you'll be up to date with this Avengers run so far. So that's cool. And not a lot to read as far as that goes. And it's all written by Jason Aaron. On this title, we got the art team of Ed McGuinness, Mark Morales, David Curell, and VC's Corey Petit. Doing letters. Marvel Comics production, obviously, and Avengers #1, or Avengers gets a new #1 issue with Jason Aaron at the helm, and that's enough to pump up anyone who's even the smallest of Marvel fans. Let's not waste any more time and talk about the Avengers, which picks up some threads from her Legacy issue way back in September. Does this Legacy relaunch start off on the right foot? Let's see. Yeah, things start off way back in the past, Earth 1 million years ago, with the first team of Avengers that we saw way back in the Legacy issue. Features Odin, Phoenix, Starbrand, who's kind of like their Hulk on this team.
Yeah.
A Ghost Rider, Agamotto, who's like basically their Doctor Strange, the original. Iron Fist, who's like a cave woman chick. And then Black Panther. Did I miss anybody?
Ghost Rider and Phoenix, I think. Is it?
Yeah, I got them too.
Oh, you got them? All
yeah.
Right.
And then Odin.
No, you got it all.
So yeah, I think that's the whole team. They're on the first page there. And I don't know, they were one of my favorite parts of the Legacy issue, and that picks up here where they're preparing to do battle with now a fully powered Celestials. After defeating the previous one who crashed down to Earth in that Legacy issue and was either like damaged or sick or something happened to it. In the background, cave men wrestle over like Odin's mead. I'm not sure if this has like any deeper meaning to it. I think it kind of does, but I didn't really pick up on what it was. Did you have any guesses?
No, I think he said it's like he called it fire water or something like that.
I know. They showed it like a couple times. I'm like, I wouldn't have thought anything of it if they only showed it once, but like they keep showing these cavemen going for this meat. I'm like, I don't know if it gives these dudes superpowers or what they're kind of alluding to. These are the original supers, or
maybe it changes the course of human history, because it's like that. It's like from Age of Ultron when Thor had that stuff that he said it's not meant for mortal men. It's like, so who knows what it does to them.
Yeah, so that basically wraps up that scene as the Avengers go and attack these Celestials, who, they basically are preparing for death. They don't think they can beat them, but they're going to give it a good old shot. But that's all we're going to get to them this issue, as we then join present day. And we get basically the three original Avengers, Cap, Thor, Iron Man sitting around having a drink, Tony enjoying a Shirley Temple, getting reacquainted with one another. What? Go ahead, man.
I was gonna say, do you like how before they even sit down at the table, Thor's already done with his beer?
Yeah, he's like, I need another. And it's like after every sentence he says, he's like, I need another. So yeah, it's a pretty cool scene. They're just kind of chatting, and If you haven't been reading any of the books they've been in lately, they basically allude to the different events they've been through, like Secret Empire and Tony being in this coma and being reborn, and Thor, going through everything he's gone through as far as being unworthy and all that, and his arm, and so yeah, they're talking about getting the team back together, kind of like reforming the Avengers as like a grassroots, bare bones operation again. A simple, small team can handle bigger threats. Tony is kind of like the one objecting to the idea off the bat, but before they can really hash out their differences, they receive this call that basically alerts them to these anomalies that are forming in the sky. So they, set aside what they were discussing and go investigate and respond to this threat. And while they're doing that, we cut to Black Panther. Excuse me, I got like the hiccups. I am so hungover today. It's like still burping up. We got Black Panther and Doctor Strange. They're 2 miles down in South Africa. So basically the spot we visited in the Legacy issue with the Celestial buried underground, and basically torched these 2 archaeologists that were investigating what was happening down there. And Loki had something to do with all of it too, didn't he? If I remember right.
Yes, he did. Actually, that is exactly what the Free Comic Book Day issue is about.
I didn't read that yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it really cool? I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's about Black Panther and Odin and what Loki did with the Celestial. So it all ties into this pretty nicely.
That's sweet. I'll have to get that. I actually emailed my shop and I told them, can you set aside the Spider-Man issue? I don't know if that also has the Avengers one in it. Does it?
No, there's the Avengers and Cap one, and then there's the Spider-Man and Infinity Countdown catch up. It's like a half it catches you up on it.
Yeah, so that's the one I got set aside. I'll have to hope the other one's just there, or maybe I'll run out later today and go to a store or something. But okay, that's nice to know. So I'll have to read that. But yeah, Black Panther and Doctor Strange are down here. They're like, well, we can tell there's some ancient powers and shit at play. I forget the wording they used exactly. But they can't determine where it's gone because it was so huge. It shouldn't have just been able to disappear. So they go deeper into these caverns to investigate what's up. Basically closer to the center of the earth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
super close.
While they're doing all that, we cut to Robbie Reyes. And he is in LA, East LA, Hill Rock Heights. And he's kind of been avoiding sleep lately since his trip to South Africa. Like Ghost Rider's making him do shit in his sleep, a la Black Costume Spider-Man kind of thing going on here. So he's trying to figure out what's up. He can't really get a grasp of it. And while because this starts jumping around a lot, so I'm just going to cut to the next part. We see him while he's trying to kind of get his bearings amongst himself. The ground starts opening up around him, and these fucking bug creatures start attacking him.
Creepy. They look like robot bug creatures.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's like alien robot bug creatures. I'm not really totally sure what they are yet. Then we jump real quick to She-Hulk being introduced, trying not to Hulk out on this dude who's basically harassing her. That's all we get of that. Strange, kind of. And then we go back to the main events at hand with joining up with Alpha Flight. And we got Captain Marvel. She is investigating these anomalies up in space from the space station. She basically is the first one to see that these are giant hand coming out of here. So a giant celestial falling out of this portal type place. Jumping back to Doctor Strange and Black Panther, they're also getting attacked by these alien-esque eggs that are hatching and more of these bug creatures coming after them. We see Captain Marvel was able to lower this celestial down to Earth to avoid it totally crushing people and buildings.
Yeah.
But that was only one, and there are more coming, tons more coming all over the world. They're dropping London, the pyramids. I don't know this other city it hit, but
that's
so
scary.
She's going up to start catching them. They have no idea why these things are just dropping from the sky. So you know, they kind of start springing to action, the different Avengers in the different locations. While the other guys, at least not really Avengers yet, not officially on the team, are fighting these bugs. Um, so yeah, we just got a bunch of action going down before the cliffhanger really leads us to a two-part thing. The first part being, looks like we're seeing who's responsible for killing these Celestials. Uh, I don't know if it's like all these guys behind him too. I don't know
Yeah.
anybody's
Oh
name
yeah.
yet. Though it looks like the one guy's referred to as the final host.
Yeah. They're dark celestials.
Okay. So yeah, they're killing these Celestials. The Avengers, Tony, Thor, and Cap kind of suit up, and Tony, who's been avoiding letting Steve Rogers say it the entire issue, is kind of like, all right, man, go ahead. You might as well. And he lets them say Avengers Assemble as that's our cliffhanger with everyone looking fucking badass, ready to attack these dudes. I don't know what they can do against Celestials. I guess we're about to find out. So I'm going to download that free comic book day issue next and read that because I really enjoyed this. So I want some more. Cat, shut the fuck up.
Is that what that is?
Yes. Jesus Christ.
I thought it was like a bird out the window.
Fuck. When the girls are gone, I got the goddamn cat driving me fucking crazy. I can't get a moment. But anyway, as far as buy, borrow, or forget goes, yeah, I really like this. I thought it looked great as far as art goes. I think Jason Aaron, you know, he doesn't do too much wrong when he's writing a Marvel book that I've read. I've really enjoyed everything he's put his name to. You know, this is kind of the Avengers I was waiting to get back on track for. And I'm excited that, you know, it's not split up over a bunch of different books and you know, characters you like on just these different teams. You just got the one book, the main guys, kind of the classic movie guys, whatever. I'm totally a-okay with that.
The Trinity.
And it kind of feels like, you know, I'm a fan of the continuity all being mentioned and followed. And, you know, whether you're a fan of the stories that came before and led to this point or not, you can read them or you don't have to, really. This is kind of really the definition of a fresh jumping on point for this book. You know, don't let the tiny legacy number under the number one scare you. Not a whole lot you need to know coming into it. So I really enjoy it. I would recommend it to anybody vaguely interested in any sort of Avengers thing after watching that movie, which was awesome as well. So
hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? It was really good to me. So I can't wait for issue 2 in a couple weeks.
I really enjoyed it. You know, Thor killed the Celestial once in Rick Remender's Uncanny Avengers run with his axe. Because that axe that he had, I think he said it in the book too. Someone said you should go get your axe because it's one of the only things that can pierce celestial armor. He had it.
Stormbreaker.
No, the Yon Yorm, that axe that he carried around.
Oh yeah. Okay, all right. I'm thinking Stormbreaker from the goddamn
from the movie. Yeah. He made it because he got in a fight with Apocalypse way back in like ancient Egypt days, and Apocalypse is like he kind of works for the Celestials, so his armor is celestial armor and nothing can pierce it. But Thor had that axe enchanted so it could pierce celestial armor. So he like just chopped one up once. So he could, if he gets that axe, he could pretty much kill a celestial.
Yeah.
If he wants
and one of those final issues of the Avengers run before Secret Wars too, him and Doctor Strange were on that fucking like little piece of rock and they were jumping into the light. He had the axe and he was missing a fucking arm. He only had the axe in his good arm. I really like that part too. I think that's the axe you're talking about, right?
Yes, that is the axe. That's the axe.
That's what I always get reminded of when I think of that.
That was a crazy. See that like this is probably the most exciting Avengers that I've read since Hickman's run. It's like a regular story, but it could have been an event if they wanted it to be. You know.
Well, I like that they got just right to the point too. It's not like they're dancing around what's happening, and you get to see the bad guy right by the end, and you don't know much about him, but you're like, well, he looks fucking sweet, and like I wouldn't want to fuck with him. So
yeah, and I love that we're gonna learn more as it goes on. Like they're gonna have solo Avengers BC issues that just focus on them, and then they're gonna have issues that focus on the here and now. I mean, one day portals open up all over the earth and celestial gods just fall out. 2,000-foot celestial gods fall out all over the earth.
Yeah.
Isn't that like one of the scariest things you could possibly ever imagine, especially for the Avengers, because they know what they are.
Kind of seems like this is history repeating itself too. Like it's happened before and now it's happening again. Almost.
Yeah, maybe like happened way back when the Avengers were fighting, like the 1 million BC Avengers were fighting the Dark Celestials.
What we're getting at here, but yeah, we'll see.
And well, I don't want to. It ties in heavy with the Free Comic Book Day issue. I loved it. I loved Ed McGuinness's art. I thought David Curiel's colors were fantastic. This is exactly what I wanted it to be, and I'm super excited for the next issue. I'm glad it's bi-weekly because I can't wait for the next one. This was totally a buy for me.
Yeah. So we got a unanimous buy going on here. It was a really good. It was an exciting issue. Kind of like, the reason you read comic books type of issue. Just fun, good crisp art. There wasn't really anything that didn't make any sense except for She-Hulk just being thrown in there, but they just want to let you know she's going to be on the team eventually. So let's check in on her real quick, I guess. That was my only beef with the issue. I really liked it otherwise, but
I heard they're gonna rotate out Doctor Strange. So like after this arc, someone else is like a different Avenger is going to step into his place, and then like that's good. That eighth
going
spot,
to space. Right?
yeah, that eighth spot on the team is gonna rotate out a lot. So it's gonna be these core 7, and then that spot is always gonna be filled by someone else depending on like the Avenger. So
yeah, I'm interested how Ghost Rider joins up. Like, I want to see how everybody kind of. I mean, it's pretty obvious how Captain Marvel's going to join up, but like, the people in other places, like Ghost Rider's just hanging out in LA by himself. She-Hulk will probably stumble into this mess where it's everything's fallen to earth here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just interested in a bunch of things going on. So we'd suggest checking it out. Look for the poll on Monday. You guys get to pick what we talk about as usual. So we'll have 3 books up for this week. We got I know we got at least one number 1, Venom, Donnie Coates start for there. So I don't know. People have been wary about voting Venom in when we had a long run of talking Venom books on Marvel Minutes. So we'll see if it steals people's hearts back now that Donnie Coates is on it. But I don't know. We'll see. So look for that. That's at Beamer3660. Trevitt always retweets it, and you can find him at
Trev.
So we will talk to you guys next week. Peace out.
I